Hi, and welcome back. This is the Real Estate Investing Hour. I'm your host, Nick Vertucci. Does anyone else get pumped by that tune? That's why I play it in and out of all my segments, because I dig it. Anyways, okay, so we talked before the break, the last two breaks, of what we do here, how we do it. If you're just tuning in, this is the Real Estate Investing Hour. I'm your host, Nick Vertucci. I am a professional real estate investor, and we talk about investing in the best real estate market I've ever been in, and I guarantee you've ever been in. I don't care how old you are, because prices are at an all-time low. Money is as cheap as it's ever been in 60 years, and we have really high bullish rents, because that happens when we get into a challenged real estate market where retail buyers are not buying, people are renting. So the stars have lined up for us as investors, and as I said at the first part of the show, Warren Buffett says, buy fear, sell greed. And right now we are in the buy fear mode. That's when most people are doing nothing and they're paralyzed by fear, or they're selling, or who knows what they're doing, or they're just not doing anything. But this is the time that the savvy investors are buying their product and sitting on it, and we're able to cash flow right now up to 15 or even over 15% at times of cash on cash annual returns. And I'd like to tell you about that. I'd love to show you about that. And listen, I want you to think about something for a minute. Let me give you the number out. If you want to come to our free event this month, where it's 2 hours of me teaching you a strategy that normally you're going to have to pay for to even get the concept of this down from most training institutions, I'm going to give it to you for free. The worst thing that can happen is you can get a bunch of info, but we are going to have opportunity and give you a chance to plug in to our system of investing. Basically, invest in properties that are already purchased, rehabbed, rented, and when you take title to them, are performing with an infrastructure to support it. It's an absolute no-brainer. It's like I tell people, the analogy is, if you want to go start a business, any business, and I always use the analogy of start a sandwich shop. I don't know why. It's not like I'm fond of lunch meats, but it's just one I've used, so I stick with it. If you want to go start that business, most of the time people go out of business the first couple times they start, because they're learning the business, they're building relationships, and generally they don't create enough revenue and they go out of business. But if you buy a franchise, you buy a Quiznos, a Subway, they've already done the market research. They know where to put the store. They know how many pieces of meat go on there. They know what to buy, what not to buy. You have all the relationships in place. It's basically just a plug and play. That's what this is. This is a system that we've already bought the property, rehabbed it and put a renter in it, and give you a performing asset, and then help you maintain it with management, because that's going to be your lifeline. That's going to be what nickels and dimes you to death, is managing your properties and finding either a good one, which it's hard to find, and if you do find a good one, you got to keep your expenses down, because that's how they make their money. We don't. It's not a revenue center for any of the principals of the owners of that company, and the bottom line is it's there to protect our assets. This is a no-brainer, folks, and it's also a movement that's going to go further than just investing in properties. When this market turns and the market bears other fruit, you're going to be part of, I guess, a team because you're with us. So listen, let me give the number out. That's 800-328-6418. If you want the information sent to you by email, great. If you want to talk to me personally, great. If you want to come to the event and get 2 free hours of education, great. It's this month. You need the information. That number is 800-328-6418. It's 800-328-6418, 800-328-6418. Do not wait. You guys are destroying our phones on this show today, so that's great. You're blowing up the phones. We have to bring in extra call takers because people want to be part of something that's working, and they want to take advantage of the best real estate market they've ever been in, and we want you to do that too. Listen, no one's going to secure your future. You need to do that. So with that said, give us a call now. Don't wait till after the show's over, because you might miss us. Chances are you won't get a live body, so you need to call now so you do not miss us. So if that means pull over and call, that's just what you have to do. You have to take action. So take action. It's going to be a great year. Now listen, I talked let me tell you about something that it kind of surprises me, only because now that I've been in the business so long, I know this. But 9 out of 10 people that I talk to, whether they are the most uneducated to the most educated, 10 times more educated than me, do not know this. You can self-direct your IRAs and your 401ks. Why am I telling you that? Because right now, people have money in an account that is sitting there in cash. And why is it sitting there? Because most people have taken their money out of the stock market because they've taken a beating. Their 401ks or 201ks, and now they're sitting in cash. Let me tell you why sitting in cash is a mistake, folks. And I understand why it's sitting in cash, because we're paralyzed by fear. You don't want to lose the money you have. You have to be careful, and it is trying times out there. So I get that. But listen, back in the 70s, before 1970, gosh, was it 1, 2, or 3? I even forget now. Our money was backed by something. That was gold. It had a value, okay? Now it doesn't have a value. We print currency. When we went off the gold standard under President Nixon, that gave our federal government the ability to monetize our money, which means they continue to print more money and it's not backed by anything. That means it's depreciating. Our dollar has went down in the last 5 years, I think it is 25%. So what that means is it's becoming worse, less and less. It's not like the 1950s where, you know, the cleavers, you come home, you save, you get the gold watch, you have enough money, you can afford to retire. You can't do that anymore, okay? We have to have 2 people working in the family. Unless you're a huge, heavy earner, you're probably not going to be able to save your way to retirement. That's a fact. So you have to invest your way. But how do you invest your way safely to not squander what you have? Well, listen. What they don't want to tell you, and they meaning the people holding your money, the Merrill Lynches and all these other places that are still alive and in business, they don't want to lose your account. So they don't let you know that you actually can hold real estate in your IRA. For only a few $100s, it can be self-directed. You can hold the asset there, and you can bring all that money in from rents and go right into your IRA. And that is a tax-free environment, just like your IRA is now when you're bringing in revenue until you cash it out. Now, we've helped facilitate with that, and we can show you how $60,000 investment can bring you $600 a month net after all your expenses, not including all the other benefits you get from holding real estate and the appreciation. If that even interests you a little bit, or you're going, wow, I didn't know that, but I want to know more, I want to dig into that, I want to start investing in my own future, I want you to think about something for a minute. How nice would it be to be able to go to your mailbox and let's say you had a handful of properties and put a couple $1,000s in your pocket, no matter what happened in your life, that you were able to do that. You were able to put $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 of net money in your pocket to pay your bills and to know no matter what happens, that's secured and it's not going anywhere. That is called passive income. And let me tell you something, that has changed my life, okay? And I want you to understand the principles of it, and I want you to understand that you need to do it safely so you don't squander the money that you have, and I want you to be able to plug into a system that's working, running, performing, and is a huge success. If that interests you, if you want to meet me this month at a free event for absolutely free, no obligation, but just to get a ton of information for a few hours and have questions and answers, there's one way to do it. And continue just to crush our phones like you've been doing, and that is to dial 800-328-6418. That's 800-328-6418. 800-328-6418. You have to call now. Don't wait till the end of this show or we may miss you, and you don't want to miss us because you want to get your name on that free event. I have limited seating. I take a certain amount of names because I want it to be a certain size. And listen, if you're going to call and put your name on one of these seats, be serious about it. Don't just throw your name in a hat just to do it and then forget about it, because that takes away a seat from someone that can be bettering their future and that really wants it, because I take those reservations very seriously and they have a huge value to them. And our team will follow up with you to see if you're coming or not. This isn't just to show up if you want to. This is reserve a seat, get a ticket, and get over here this month to invest in your future and learn about investing and how to navigate through the best real estate market that I promise you've ever been in to buy and hold in, okay? So listen, the number is 800-328-6418. Call us right now. Get your name on that list. And listen, if you want a personal meeting with me after that event or prior to that event at our offices in Orange County, I will do that. It obligates you to nothing. I do not care if you move forward on properties. All I care about is that you're serious about bettering your future. If this is for you, you'll know it and I'll know it. If it's not, we will both know it. I have turned down as many people as I've embraced within my system for one reason. I enjoy what I do, I protect my time, and I make sure that this is a right fit. Because if it's not, and you can't afford to hold real estate, or this is not for you, or you don't have the right mind frame to do that, you will infringe on my personal time and my system. And I can't do that because I do protect my system and my time. But I will tell you what, it will highly perform for you as an investor if this is right for you. But there's only one way to know that, and that's to give us a call to get that information at 800-328-6418. 800-328-6418. And don't wait till the end of the show. We're going to be going to the break in about 30 seconds. Listen. After the break, I'm going to teach you how to make a business and how to incorporate and how that can save you thousands of dollars annually every year just by having a corporation. I don't care who you work for. If you're a W-2 wage earner, you should be incorporated because the rich, they say, do not pay taxes. That's nonsense. What they do is they know how to take advantage of our tax codes legally. They know how to take care of their annual tax life, and we're going to show you how to put that money back in your pocket, not in the government's pocket, because we know how to spend it better. This is the Real Estate Investing Hour. I am Nick Vertucci. I'm your host. We got one more segment after this. Do not wait to call because we got a ton more and we need to do some real estate this year. It's going to be a huge year. Out.